time for compulsory sex education in our primary schools? Labour says yes, do you? 456060 From LBC, I'm Andrew Pearce. That's all next.
On FM, online, on your mobile, and on digital radio. Leading Britain's conversation. This is...
From Global's newsroom at 7 o'clock, a senior Liberal Democrat peer has resigned from the party over a potentially illegal donation. It's claimed Lord Strasburger was secretly filmed discussing how to keep the donation quiet by sidestepping rules. It's also emerged one of Labour's biggest private donors is a hedge. Sky's chief political correspondent John Craig says that's embarrassing for the Labour leader.
Mr. Miliband has been going on and on and on about the Tories taking donations from hedge funds and hedge fund bosses. What do we have? We have the Labour Party taking one, and it appears perhaps trying to cover up the fact. It's taken the Bureau of Investigative Journalism to discover that this Martin Taylor, who's given £591,000, is in fact a hedge fund boss.
One of Britain's most senior anti-terror officers has said families of children who leave the UK to join Islamic State should take prime responsibility for their actions and not blame the security services. In an interview with the Times newspaper, the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police, Sir Peter Fahey, says it's ill-advised to just blame the police, the authorities, the school, he says, when the responsibility lies with parents. Health campaigners say they're deeply concerned about a delay in introducing a vaccine for meningitis B. A year ago, government advisors called for it to be made available on the NHS, but price negotiations with makers GSK have yet to produce an agreement. A 14-year-old boy is due before Camberwell Youth Court in South London charged with kidnapping 2 boys. The teenager is also accused of inciting a child to engage in sexual activity. It's alleged he threatened the boys and forced them off a bus in the Elephant and Castle area last month. 2 men in their 20s have been arrested in connection with a series of assaults on board a party boat in East London. They were detained on suspicion of GBH and violent disorder on the boat in Newham last November and have been bailed. Jeremy Clarkson has suggested the outpouring of support after he was suspended as top get him his job back. In his weekly column in The Sun, he writes protest never works, without direct reference to his suspension for claims he punched a producer. 1 million people have signed to be returned to the show. Hundreds of people are expected at a demonstration against racism in central London later. A rally against Islamophobia and anti-Semitism will take place in Trafalgar Square. Wayman Bennett is one of the organisers.
Tensions building up because there is joblessness, homelessness, unemployment and poverty. There could be scapegoating, and we want to oppose that scapegoating and point out why it's better that we stand together than fall apart.
The tightest Six Nations champion later on the final day of matches. England, France, Ireland and Wales are each in with a chance to lift the title which Ireland won last year. The winners won't be known until the end this evening. Former England captain Lewis Moody told LBC it's an exciting finale to the tournament.
You have not seen a Six Nations tournament go to the last weekend for a number of years, certainly with so many teams still capable of, in theory, 4 sides can still win.
Back off, dude.
Realistically, only
Don't fucking do it.
sides have a chance, and then you probably take that down to
Back off!
Really?
Back off!
We see weather a bright start for London and the southeast, with clouding over with a chance of a few showers. Drier this afternoon.
Back off, Briggs!
Or sunny spells, feeling cold in Bristol with wind 9 Celsius.
What a fucking knob!
West sunny spells in western Britain, cloudier and feeling cool.